Sunday morning, time for this edition of the Hokey Video Blog. Thanks everyone for joining me this morning. We are talking about dry weather through the next day or so before our next significant rain chance comes our way, all courtesy the remnants of Hurricane Patricia. Let's start you out with today's Hokey weather fact first, though. Pumpkins are sensitive to cold weather. Got to put those seeds in the ground after the first frost or else they won't grow. But they can tolerate periods of dry and hot weather pretty well. If you didn't know that, you can tell your friends you learned that today on the Hokey Weather Fact. Let's talk some fall foliage. We're at the peak here in Metro Louisville and our surrounding areas. If you've been looking around lately, seeing the trees in full color, of course, you're not alone. Many folks across the lower Ohio Valley seeing that as well. Got to go all the way down to Jackson, Tennessee, and Memphis to get the color hints, but not quite the peak yet. We got a nice fall photo set in from Norman Walters in E-Town. Hashtag Wave3Fall is the hashtag to use on Twitter, or you can, of course, send them on Facebook or via email to us as well. Current conditions across Wave Country. We've got the clouds in place. You'll see that now on our SkyTrack network of cameras. Temperatures mainly in the mid-50s. Got a couple upper 40s showing up there, especially across Bedford to Seymour. Temperatures down southeast of us currently in the mid-50s. You're seeing 54 degrees from Litchfield down to Lebanon at this point. On the Doppler radar, a few of these showers getting ready to exit our area completely in our very southern counties. Campbellsville, Columbia, you'll be the last folks to see rain this morning before it is all long gone. A few of these clouds trying to dissipate over southern Indiana, so you may see some partly sunny skies this afternoon. For us here in Louisville, maybe a mix of mostly cloudy skies to, at times, some peaks of sunshine. We'll all see peaks of sunshine at some point today. So if you need your sunshine fix, you'll get it at some point. All right, cold front just to our south and east. That's why the cooler weather's moving in. But the remnants of Patricia are now moving back on shore once again. They're just southeast of the Houston metro area in the Gulf of Mexico at this time. Those will be moving northeast toward us, and that will give us a pretty significant rain chance toward Tuesday into Wednesday. All right, here's how it works out today on Futurecast. Things relatively quiet. Temperatures at 61 by 1 o'clock. If you're heading out to making strides against breast cancer, then I'll be there along with many of my friends from Wave 3 News, and we'll be walking out there the 5-kilometer trek that they have us on there. 65 degrees by 5:30. That's going to be very close to our high temperature today. Notice how the clouds begin to thin out even more on this run of Futurecast. Let's hope that holds. It'd be nice to get some sunshine today, but we'll have waves of clouds certainly even after that. 3:30 a.m. we're back down into the 40s and the 50s. That will be about where our overnight lows sit tonight. Mostly in the 40s, though. On the 7-day breakdown, if you're heading out to making strides, you probably want to take a pair of jeans, put those on before you head out there, because it's going to be a little on the chilly side to start. By the afternoon, you likely won't need the jacket, though. That's the good news there. If you're heading out there today, registration starts at 11 a.m., and we've got the ceremony with Don G at 12 noon. The walk starts at 1. I want to thank everyone for donating to my Making Strides fund that we've got going on here to benefit breast cancer survivors, the patients, and, of course, toward research that can help to find a cure someday. Collected over $1,000. Isn't that incredible? You guys are generous across Wave Country. We love you. All right, the rest of the week, here comes that rain chance. Tuesday, 66 degrees. 100% chance of rain. You're probably like, Ryan, are you really that confident? And yes, I am that confident. It's gonna rain. Look at all this heavy rain moving in by Tuesday afternoon, just waves of it. This is the first wave. The second wave kind of moves through by 11 o'clock at night. These wind gusts could be in excess of 30 miles per hour, the remnant winds and the low-level jet winds. We talked about that yesterday, kind of teaming up to give us those wind gusts. It's not going to be like Hurricane Ike. We want to say that again and again and again. It will not be like Hurricane Ike. This is a totally different setup. Even though they're both the remnants of hurricanes, this is going at night. We've got rain falling. You've got insulation. It's not going to be like that at all right? And we could have another round of rain Wednesday morning to go along with it. The grand total from about a day's worth of rain out of this, maybe about 18 hours or so, looks like 2 inches at the minimum for most places. Some spots could pick up nearly 3 inches from this. This is going to be a pretty hefty amount of rain, especially for this time of year when we're generally drier. Speaking of drier, that's what we look like for the end of the week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all dry. Some upper 50s. Some of the data coming in a lot warmer for Thursday and Friday. I've gone a little more conservative than the data coming in now because I don't think it's quite gauging the energy that's going to be ejected out of Canada correctly based on the fact that this remnant low is going to be merging up with one in Canada, kind of help to slingshot back some of that air toward us. So that's why I've kept conservative. There are probably other meteorologists in this very building that would go even more conservative with that. So at this point, yeah, we're not going to see temperatures very warm to end the week, but for Halloween, at this point, we'll see 63 for a high, and by the time the trick-or-treaters are out in full force, 50s will be quite common across the area with those partly sunny to partly cloudy skies there, depending on what time you're out. The earliest alert outlook, I've brought back the 70s, the 3rd through the 5th of November. Can you believe that's November already? Jeez, right? And the reason I've done that is because it looks like we've got a little more powerful of a warm surge coming out of the Gulf of Mexico to help fuel a potential front for the 5th or 6th. It's murky at that point, as well as that 2nd to 3rd rain chance. That's murky on the timing. I think those both will happen. It's just when they're going to be there is plus or minus 1 day. Just keep that in mind, all right? But after the front moves through around the 5th, maybe the 6th, looks like we've got some 50s coming our way. Some true fall weather after a little bit of early fall-like weather coming our way just in time for the middle of next week. That is it for now, folks. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Thanks for joining me for this Hokey video blog. Make sure to make it out for Making Strides. Starts at 1 o'clock at the waterfront. I'll see you out there.